let us move into our next topic. Okay, very related to 40K.
Yep.
Just not on the tabletop, it's on the desktop. Okay, or on the laptop, or on your PS5 or whatever.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about Space Marines now. Okay, the new game that just released.
I've been playing the heck out of it.
Yep, you've been playing. My initial, I haven't played yet. I would love to play it, but it's only releasing like tomorrow, right? Our Singapore time tomorrow.
Tuesday.
Yeah, it's on Tuesday.
Oh, you're very clear.
Tuesday midnight.
Yeah, so I got a feeling, right, that this game is gonna be extremely divisive. So maybe for Johan, right? First thoughts. Since you're the only one among us who has played already.
Yep. Firstly, I think it's a very well-crafted game. You really... So this is one of the only few games where I really take my time to look around. Yeah.
You need to rotate your neck too.
I literally rotate my control, my control in a circular motion to look at all the background that they have crafted, and I think it's really one of the... You really feel like it's in a 40K universe. It's that good.
Yep.
The game surprisingly is not easy. Maybe because I'm not a Souls-like player. I went in the first boss. I died 4 times. Yeah. And it was only the first introduction boss, yeah. So don't go in expect to be as easy as what you see on the trailer or on the reviews.
Maybe you just need to get good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I agree. I just need to get good. Yeah, but what we really want to talk about for this game is it's really, there's no pay to win. I wouldn't say there's pay to win, but the skins. I think everybody play this game for the skins.
Yes.
Yes.
Who wants to wear the stupid Smurf uniform? 不要.
Yes, I'm not an Ultramarine fan, and
Oh my god, I
fucking
hate
hate
the Ultramarine so much.
sorry.
They are the most boring faction ever. Oh my god, they're just like the Boy Scouts, the goody two shoes.
Yeah, so...
Oh no, I went against the Codex Astartes. I need to win myself 50 times.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you're stuck with the goody two shoes Smurfs unless you pay for another... So I paid $140 just to be able to talk about the game today. Okay.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
That's what I tell myself. I paid $140 just to be able to talk about the game today. Okay, that's what I tell myself.
This is pure production, guys. This is HammerHouse production. Okay, our dedication.
Okay, so if I have paid another $12 more, I would have been able to...
Wait, you pay $140 and you still don't get some bonus skin sprinkle on top?
No, I'm still wearing Ultramarines.
No, he paid for the privilege of starting early only.
Yes. So with another $12 more, you'll be able to wear the successor chapters colors.
Oh, wow.
Wait, can you wear the different colors in the single player campaign?
Yes. No, you can't. You can't.
Okay, sorry. I'm not interested
can't.
already.
Oh,
okay,
Yeah,
moving on.
You can only do that in the operations and the PvP Eternal Wars.
Moving
yeah.
on.
So DLCs, but of course, firstly we have to say that the game developers have to make some money, but as long as it's not pay to win, I think it's fine. But being stuck in the Ultramarine colors just kind of irks me.
Yeah.
So that's like, oh, sorry, Joel. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, I have friends who are Ultramarine players. Like, they're really good people, but I don't understand their love for Ultramarines.
Neither do I. Okay, so like reading up about the game, right, and even just from the developers, the comment, as in what they are saying about the game. Apparently, there's only about 12, according to the developers, about 12 hours of single player content.
Minus 3 hours of cutscene.
Yeah, so 12 hours of content. I mean, I assume that it doesn't include the cutscene, okay? But even so, I think 12 hours is like maybe the average gaming journalist takes 12 hours. But for the rest of us who are actual gamers, I would say maybe between 9 to 10 hours probably can complete already. And this is roughly the feedback that I've gotten from a lot of the reviewers. And sometime I was alright with it. But then the multiplayer, right, the PvP was really fun. I felt I felt it was very satisfying, especially with the weapons.
Mm.
You know, you could set up your Devastator, then just taka taka taka, and you know you have the sniper rifle, just boom, headshot, feels damn shook. But I think it's also fair to say that not everyone is into the PvP aspect. There are definitely more people who are more interested in the
PvE.
the PvE or the single player
Yeah.
environment. So I think this part of it is going to be, and for a game that price, I think it's quite divisive.
Yeah, I mean it's a AAA title that's more like Fortnite than it is a single player game, right?
This is like like Joel, what you just mentioned, right? It's rapidly becoming the AAA the model for revenue generation.
Yeah.
It really is just, oh, let's just throw in a bunch of skins, guys. Let's just have loot boxes. You know, the kids, they love loot boxes, right? And it's starting to become irksome. I agree with Johan that the game looks amazing. Like the game looks satisfying to play. It feels like if I'm there in the middle of the Tyranid swarm, and then I'm this hulking space marine with a thunder hammer, and I'm just like crushing little bugs left and right. And then I even saw they took they cut off the arm of one of the Tyranid warrior, then shove it down his throat. Right?
Yes.
Just take it and just
Fatality.
Like
One of the executions.
Really like fatality. Wow. Then powers, like, and then it keeps, and then the animation is like, okay, there's like a few animations going on, but you feel like
You are a space marine.
This is a space marine game, you know.
Yeah.
And thus the title.
Yeah, but then, you know, like 10, 12 hours, I think it barely cuts it. It shouldn't be that short in terms of the single player.
I'm not sure whether the 10 hours consists of the operations mode, because the operations mode lets you, there's 6 classes to the operations mode, and then you have to level them, and then you have to level the equipment.
I think he's referring to the single player.
Yeah, so
the single player campaign. I think the operations mode, that one you can play with your friends, that one, right?
in campaign also you can play with friends,
Oh, okay.
up to 2 of them. Yeah, so if you include the operations mode, I think you get more than 20 hours if you really want to level up all the classes.
The PvP element.
Not PvE is 3-person co-op.
Oh, it's local co-op.
Yeah. And I think the operations mode are done very well in this game. I don't know whether it's a spoiler, but I think I wouldn't say it because I think it will spoil it. It goes hand in hand in line with the campaign story.
Okay.
Yeah, but so the DLC is the skins, you have to pay. You have to pay more after paying. After paying $140.
That is the thing that just chaps me so bad. You know, they couldn't even like sprinkle in some pity skins for you.
Yeah, like you pay 140, you get a like one skin of your choice or something.
Like even get some purple shoulder pads, right? I mean, something. Just give me something, bros. You know?
You get a lieutenant strap on your helmet.
That's it. Oh my god! Isn't the main character titles like? Doesn't he have like 4 stats? That means he's like 400 years in service, right?
Yeah.
Then he's still lieutenant only.
He has been demoted lah. He has been
Demoted,
demoted.
oh.
Yeah, he was captain.
Oh yeah, because of the previous game, right?
Yes.
The ending of the previous game.
Correct.
Have you all seen the Weta Workshop sculpture that they made of him?
Not yet.
You should go and see. So basically, Weta Workshop, like I think for the 3D modeling, right, they did a custom sculpture of him. It's ludicrous amount of money, but it is quite stunning. So imagine, you know, Weta Workshop, right? Like people make your Jurassic Park dinosaur, all this whatever shit, your Lord of the Rings, all the very cool stuff. They made a
Titus.
full artist special version of him.
Nice.
Is it to scale?
No.
Like a
No, but it's quite
3
like-
meter tall space marine.
No lah. But the price is also wow, like very wow.
So let's put it back to tabletop. Does this kind of DLC thing translate to tabletop? Do you think so? Because to me it feels a little bit so.
How do you mean?
So in games, let's talk about 40k detachment. So some detachment helps alleviate some of the units that's maybe unpopular or not in the meta, but this detachment suddenly says, oh, this unit in this detachment is going to be boom awesome. and then you have to pour in money to buy maybe 4 boxes or 6 boxes, sometimes to the extreme, just to play competitively.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Like in Space Marines, especially, there's a joke that says, like your Space Marine 2 experience, right? You play Space Marines in 40k, you're not buying Space Marines, you're buying the Space Marines, the subscription service, because today is right now it's the green flavor very strong. You want to play Dark Angels, but you can't play the Dark Angels specific units in another faction, right? So then the upcoming one is we're gonna have a red flavor of Space Marine. You're gonna buy all the new hot like Blood Angels. It's like, oh, I have 1,400. I have 2/3 of my army is Space Marine, right? Then I didn't need to splash 1/3. Yes, but if you splash 1/3 3 times, hey, you just bought another army. So that's one of the downsides of like potentially playing Space Marines.
But I mean, of course, as a retail shop, we are happy for it. Thank you, GW. But then let's talk it on a gamer side. So not only 40k lah, there are others.
I think every game system, modern game system now have this like power bloat, or the power creep lah, and it's here's the thing. I've thought about this problem a lot. I mean, I'm such an avid gamer that I just think about all this nonsense in my sleep also lah. But it really is an unsolvable problem. You kind of need to have new things like rolling into the system, otherwise the game becomes stale, right? And it kind of makes sense for you to have new weapons, new system, new tactics, new whatever. And but then at the same time, you also cannot just make it like part of the same. You know, if you have something that already does this thing very well, like does A very well, and then you have something that is A but the new skin, then people say, hey, this is terrible because why do I want to buy this new thing? So this new thing need to have some shiny new mechanics, some shiny new. And then this eventually, right, you generate enough new thing, this new thing will ultimately become the power creep.
Actually, I think on that topic, one of the things that is good. Okay, I know I was just quite negative about GW and Space Marine as a subscription service. One thing that is nice, I guess, for all of this is that at the very least, because they are a model company, they have to keep some of these models relevant. So even though you have the new hotness, it doesn't mean that the thing that got sort of displaced today.
Wait, did you say hotness?
Hotness, yes. Like your.
You mean like a nurse, like those? You want like a
no lah, bro. Come on. I know you.
What you said, bro? You have to.
No, the hotness is the hot new thing, right? The thing that you want to buy, the thing that.
HOTNESS.
Yes. Yes.
I thought you.
I'm not sure
like
you're dreaming about gaming.
Like,
you know, I think you're dreaming about something else.
I thought there's some like new apothecary, some female apothecary. You know, oh my god.
Hey, God! They have a new hot nurse for you. It's called a new sanguinary priest.
Okay, but at least it's a guy lah.
Yeah, but I mean, all wearing helmet, I can't tell. I heard your other episode of Space Marine females, man. You never know, You never know.
Under the helmet.
Under the helmet.
Maybe they're all just built the same.
Wow, that's not a great idea. Oh, why do you put that thought in my head?
Because I can.
So the point I was trying to make was, they do have cyclical change. So like something that you bought that was good, that sort of fell by the wayside, because they are still continuing to sell that same model, they are incentivized over a few, like after like certain amount of time, whether it's a year or 2 years, to bring that model back to the forefront. So for other players, it's like the new thing, but for you, it's I'm revisiting an old friend. So even for someone like me who's only been playing for 3+ years, that cycle has happened a few times, and it's kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, when you see something that's coming that's quite good, and you see the rules are fantastic, and you're like, yes, I already have it. That's not bad. I think that's one of the strikes in favor of like the GW model. Yeah, if you accept that every company exists to make money and therefore they have to push new things. If not, they cannot sell, and then the game doesn't exist. Because the last thing you want is also like some of these games, they have really nice models, really nice rules. They don't sell new things anymore. Then the company just sort of disappears, right?
Yeah. So I think with that, right, I think what we want from the game company is, of course, you can they have to sell lah. So that's the main priority, right? So as long as the rules are good, and as long as they don't purposely make, like what John say, you take a old thing and make it a new thing, but it's actually not really a new thing, then I think that's good enough, right?
Yeah, I think all the stuff they're doing, if you're gonna constantly sell me shit, is that gonna make me have a good time? And don't be too greedy lah. Like give us a chance. Which I think kind of why like 40K has taken up so much of my time is also because it's very balanced right now. Like, you can really play your favorite thing. So if you have to be a Smurf, you can be a Smurf.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Who wants to be a Smurf?
Yeah.
Be something more,
Yeah,
masculine,
instead you can yell Skull for the Skull Throne, Yeah.
Yeah, so
so is Jie Yang say, hi Joel, you big nerd, love you.
Who's that?
It's Jie Yang.
Oh, I know who that is. Okay, yes. Yes, I am a big nerd. Thank you, Jay.
And then John Hiveman, Craftsman Jono. DLC for skins in real life is just hiring a commission artist to paint your army. Wow.
wow.
Okay.
Wow, this one can scale very high on this one.
But at least that's not pay to win.
No, I disagree. I think that's pay to win.
Win
the painting side of the tournament.
No. It's oh no, there's this new thing that needs 10x of this stupid unit that I don't have and I need it to be ready now.
Oh yes, because 40K must be battle ready, right?
Yes. You can't just buy off the shelf. You can't play it grey. So
yeah.
I remember a time when the rules were you have to have 3 primary colors on the miniature for it to be ready, and then someone painted like 3 circular dots on the miniature with the primer, and then just put it on the table, and it's like, oh, I got 3 primary. Somebody tried this shenanigan, and by the way, this is a true story, so I don't know if it worked, but somebody tried this shenanigan before.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people, because in the last 1 or 2 years they did the whole like battle ready guide, right? Like so for a long time it was like 3 colors and it was just a text on a box. Then now they have an actual pictorial. This is what battle ready means.
So no more shenanigan of 3 colors dot.
Yeah. And that comes from GW, I think, if I remember correctly.
Someone also mentioned be a 1 faction guy and hopefully faction doesn't get X. I think this is like one of the this is not great advice lah. Let me put it this way. I've played many games, okay, where I'm just dedicated to 1 faction, and then the moment something new comes in, right, you find that even if you're not X, right, you find you are relegated pretty quickly.
Yeah. Especially in these games.
Yeah. So I think you generally want to have between like 2 to 3 at a minimum, I would say.
Yeah.
So that way it keeps you fresh also lah. You can cycle between the different factions.
Yeah, you don't get burnt out from playing 1 faction again and again. Right. Because yes, there's different detachment in a 40K faction, but then are you really going to play even if you play all 6?
Actually, there was one piece of advice that was given to me very early on by a very, very good player from overseas. I still remember this. Is don't be a faction specialist, be a play style specialist. So what I mean is, like, for example, of course, when you first start out, you're exploring, you're trying different things. At some point, you'll figure out, like, are you the kind of person that wants to chain glaive everybody's skull? Or are you the person that wants to, like, shoot people, pew-pew from very far? What you want to do is get to be the best at that style, but find a few armies that all play that style, so that no matter how the rotation happens, you have a viable army choice that allows you to play the style. Because when you play the game on the table, it is not the model that makes you have that experience. It's the model, the rule set, the army, all of that. So you end up, there are very people like who play Space Marines who only play pew pew, but because they're Space Marines, they have Tau, there's a few, all pew pew armies, all daka. But they are an expert in that style. It means that they always have something viable, because also this is a hobby. Why are you torturing yourself playing something shit? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, I think it was on John's side note also. Don't get burnt out with one. You get burnt out easier with 1 army only, because if you have other factions to play with, they play differently. Although you may say that they are all pew-pew, but they will play differently, different detachments. So it's refreshing if you play 1 army and you're, I'm so bored of this army. God damn it. Let me try something new.
Yes. Yeah, variety.
Personally, I would say, I think once you get better at the game, I think the one particular playstyle should also evolve lah.
Yes.
You should eventually move to other playstyles. this one will just help you become a more complete player. One of the concepts is that in order to learn to defend, you must learn to attack.
Yes.
Like once you play a specific type of army, once you pilot it for the first time, you are better equipped, right, to understand, okay, what are their limitations? What is it that I can do when I'm playing against this army?
Yep. I agree.
To counter it. I think focusing on the playstyle is really good when you are first starting out and you really want to focus on the fun aspect of it. But if you are want to be competitive, you want to go WTC or any other international tournament, I think to be a more complete player is to try out different playstyles. Even if it's counterintuitive to you, even if you don't like it, it's good to just experience it a couple of times. You can always go back to your preferred specialized playstyle afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So by playing other factions, you also will learn their weaknesses.
I agree with that. I think giving yourself exposure, which is the point that I'm making, is absolutely useful. But I think the part where I disagree with you is that while I agree that giving yourself exposure is good, like it's important to be a more well-rounded player, ultimately everybody has limited time. So if your worry is like the time versus money versus worth equation for yourself, then figuring out what your playstyle is and collecting a few things within that really helps. Because there's also upkeep, right? Like you have to paint. I don't know about I'm not
everybody has their stock of a pile of shame.
Pile of shame, it's never ending one.
Yeah, it's no longer a pile of shame anymore. It's maybe like a closet of shame.
Yeah.